everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm going to be doing my mid-month wrap-up for September. So the last couple of months I've been doing this in a kind of vlog style-ish where I record once I finish books and then put all the clips together. Decided to switch it up a little bit this month because I just didn't really have the time to do that. So I'm doing a more of a typical sit down at the middle point of the month and talk about all the books. And I may alternate between these two different types, styles. I haven't really decided yet. But yes, we're just going to play it by ear and see how the rest of 2020 turns out. But it will definitely be this way for the end of September as well. But talking about the books, I have read 9 so far, and we're just going to go through them, starting with The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. So this is the first one I read this month. Gave this one 4 stars. It was incredible. This is my first Brit Bennett. Why do I struggle to say Brit Bennett so much? Her writing is just incredible, and this isn't usually the sort of thing I read. It's kind of like a little bit of like a family saga, where it follows these 2 girls into adulthood and then the birth of their own daughters, and then kind of follows the daughters as well. So not my usual type of read, but I really enjoyed this, and I really want to get her next one, which is The Mothers, which I guess was her first book. But yes, really liked that one. Next up, I read Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. This is the first book in the last Witch Doctor series. I didn't really like this one. I thought this was probably going to be a 5-star read for me, or at least like a 4.5. I liked the characters and I really liked the plot. I think it's very interesting world building as well, but the pacing was so bad that I just struggled with it. Like, nothing happens and then everything happens, and I just struggle with that. Like, I like a good slow burn book, but this one was just like something's gotta happen. And there were so many moments where it's like, okay, maybe this is gonna be it. Maybe this isn't part of the main plot, but maybe something's gonna happen in like the romantic subplot or something like that, and then it just didn't. So not one for me. And yeah, I just couldn't look past that pacing to actually enjoy it when things did start happening. Like I said, it's an incredible world, but it just, like, by the time it got to that stuff, I was just like bored. I was so bored that even everything happening couldn't reinvigorate my interest in it. Next up, reading some big books, some tough books. I wanted to have a little bit of a break and read something short and just fun. So of course I picked up a middle grade, which this is Willow Moss and the Forgotten Tale, which is book 2 in the Starfell series by Dominique Valente. I love this series. It's so cute. This is kind of like almost like a junior fiction sort of, where it's a lot of images and like within the text, kind of like the How to Train Your Dragon books. I love this series. It's adorable. I love it. It makes me cry. Both books have made me sob. So really like that one. And of course, had to throw some romance in here. This is 10 Ways to Be Adored When Landing a Lord by Sarah MacLean. I just got this one in my historical romance book haul, which I posted earlier this month or late last month. I can't remember now, but yes, really enjoyed this one. This is the second book in this series as well, and I'm hoping to pick the third one up in the next couple of days as well. So really enjoyed this one, and I want to talk about this series more as a whole. Yes, more to come on that one later. Threw in a couple of threw in one Aussie book here. This is The Inland Sea by Madeline Watts. This one came out this year, is Madeline's debut. Yeah, I've kind of been sitting on this one for a little while, and I just was really excited about it but didn't pick it up, and now I've finally done that. This one was quite different to what I was expecting it to be. It talks on the back about John Oxley, who was a British explorer in the late 19th century, and he believed that there was this inland sea in the centre of Australia, and he went on I want to say like a quest, but that's not. Yeah, anyway, they went to find it. Didn't find it because it doesn't exist. But it follows the great granddaughter of him and her kind of self-destructive way of living. She drinks a lot and doesn't take care of herself, and has an affair with this guy, and all this stuff is happening. So I kind of thought it was both of their stories, but it's just hers, which isn't a bad thing. I really enjoyed it. It's beautifully written. I definitely struggled at times to feel sympathetic towards the narrator. There's some medical stuff that she goes through as well that I just kind of wanted to be just do it. Just look after yourself for once. Just do something. So that was kind of aggravating, but the rest of the book was really great. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and hoping this might make the Stella 2021, which was kind of why I wanted to read it, so that I could, as we kind of get closer to the end of the year and we know what books will be available to be, on the long list, I'm kind of trying to put together my thoughts of what might be on there. So hoping that would be cool. Then kind of from here, that kind of started my theme of reading books with the words with C, as in SEA, to start with. So I read The Stella Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This took me 2.5 weeks to read. It's kind of big, and I wanted to take it slow, because there's so many different parts of this story. It's a little bit hard to follow at times. I ended up enjoying this. I've never read The Night Circus before, but I thought I would give this one a go. This is one of my friend Sophie's favourite books. And I liked this. I really liked the writing. It's beautiful. The plot is very interesting and intricate, and I really like how it all kind of ties up, and things that when you're reading them, you're like, oh, how's this going to have anything to do with it? And then it kind of connects in, and I really like that. But I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't dislike them, but I also just didn't really feel anything for them, except for Kat, who is a very small character really in the story. And I don't want to spoil anything, but I really like her. So yeah, there's also a lot of cats, as in actual cats in here, which I also enjoyed. But yeah, I really like this. I'm not really interested in the Night Circus, but I'm glad that I read this one. And yeah, if Erin Morgenstern puts out more books, I will possibly give them a go, because I did really like her writing. Yeah. And then we went into C, as in the letter C. And I didn't pick any of these on purpose, this just kind of happened. So, Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I buddy read this with my best friend Angel, and we are doing a post talking about this and Acevedo's other books, which isn't up yet, but yes, if I remember when it is up, I will link it below. We like to buddy read things together. We try to do it every month, doesn't always work that way. But yes, I have read all 3 of hers now, and this is probably my least favourite. I don't know, I just didn't feel the same emotional connection to this one as I did The Poet X and With the Fire on High. And that kind of surprised me, because yeah, her last 2 books made me sob pretty much from the start. And this one is also about 2 sisters who don't know that the other one exists, and they share a dad who kind of alternates between New York and the Dominican Republic, where each of the girls is based, and then he dies in a plane crash. So I kind of expected that to make me really emotional, especially because like a death of a parent is something that gets me every single time, because that's a experience that I have. So I kind of expected this one to be the worst one for me in terms of amount that it would make me cry, and I didn't tear up at all, which is very strange for me because I cry at everything, but I still think it's a very, very good book, and she has an incredible way of writing, but I just, in comparison to others, I just didn't feel that connection in the same way. And yeah, I don't really know what it was, but still really liked it. Still think it's a good book. Just, yeah, not quite as good as her other 2 for me. And then because that one was quite heavy, I thought that I would want something nice and fun that would, I could laugh at. So I picked up Check Please, book 2, Sticks and Scones. I want to say scones, but that isn't how I say that word. So this is by Ngozi Ukazu. This is a graphic novel about ice hockey and baking. And it's also LGBTQ plus rap. And I was like, this will be great. It'll be fun. And this made me cry a lot. And I wasn't expecting that, but they were like happy tears, kind of, but also like just like, I guess like there are a couple of like sad emotional tears in there as well. But yes, really, really liked this one. Kind of sad that this is the last book, that there's just the 2 books in this series, because now I want more ice hockey graphic novels. If anyone knows of any, please let me know. And then I finished off this half of the month with some poetry. This is Copper Woman and Other Poems by Afua Cooper. I ordered this one a little while ago from Better World Books. Finally came this month. Read it, loved it. I read one of Cooper's other books, The Hanging of Angelique. I don't know when, but earlier this year, June or July or something like that. Loved that. Wanted to read more of her. She's got quite a few books. This was the only one I could find anywhere other than The Hanging of Angelique. So, really happy that I read it, but I'm kind of sad that I haven't been able to find any of her others. I'm still going to search for them and see what I can do. So yes, that's everything that I read in this first half of the month. I have a couple of plans for the second half. I have quite a few books that I want to get through. I am working through a couple of big books. That's kind of been my focus this month, along with slipping in some smaller books here and there, which of course are the ones I finish. So yes, that's the wrap up. Let me know if you've read any of these, and I will talk to you guys on Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.